Love wins, always, and it will win again through this virus.
That's the kinder, gentler Andrew Cuomo the nation got used to seeing in daily news conferences in the early days of the pandemic. But now it's a different story.
When you're that high on the mountain and you get pushed, you land pretty hard.
The governor is facing both an FBI scrutiny into his alleged withholding of data on COVID deaths in nursing homes, as well as members of his own party wanting to strip him of his pandemic executive powers.
Talking about the emperor like that?
A dozen Democratic state lawmakers in an off-the-cuff conversation just before a Zoom press conference on prison reform today, heard saying the nickname they have for Cuomo while discussing support for another Democrat, Queens Assemblyman Ron Kim.
I felt very threatened.
Kim says Cuomo called, berated him, and threatened his political career if the lawmaker did not walk back negative comments about the governor's handling of the nursing home fiasco. Cuomo denies the allegations, but one of his frequent foes, Mayor de Blasio, says he believes Kim.
That's classic Andrew Cuomo. A lot of people in New York State have received those phone calls. The bullying is nothing new.
The swirling controversies are a stunning fall from grace for a man with high approval ratings last spring when the state was the epicenter of the crisis.
It's very hard to recover from something like this because he's got everybody gunning for him. He has no safe place to hide.
Political strategist Hank Scheinkoff says state Democrats have long been at odds with the governor. Cuomo has already said he wants to run for a fourth term in 2022.
This is only going to get worse. And, maybe to get out of it, he announces he's not going to run for a fourth term. And if he does that, it may be a lot easier because people then breathe a sigh of relief and stop hitting him with bats.
Now, the governor was granted those emergency powers for the state's COVID response. It was a way for him to issue executive orders without the legislature's approval. Those executive powers, those emergency powers, were set to expire at the end of April, but it's looking more and more like state lawmakers will be calling a vote sometime next week. We are live outside the governor's office in Midtown. I'm Shirley Chan, Pix 11 News.